Alright, well, I'd like to say welcome back. It's been a very long time, um, but I just wanted to let you know that my absence has been due, in some ways, to a lot of good things. I had a bunch of commissions that I had to get out, um, at least by the end of the year, most of them by Christmas, so that took up a lot of time. Um, I got my old band back together, and I've been putting a lot of effort into music. In fact, the last 2 weeks I've been playing out both weekends, so that's taken a lot of time. So I do appreciate your patience. Um, there are some changes that are coming up. I I now have a separate YouTube channel just for my music. So now this one will be dedicated strictly to the woodworking stuff. So, and I hope to get back on a more regular schedule. Um, so you guys aren't wondering, hey, did Jen die or something? But alright, but enough of the chit chat. We're here for the next part. My woodworking series. This one is on drilling and boring. Now, in modern speak, drilling and boring have become pretty much synonymous. The terms are interchangeable. Um, but in the past, they have very distinct meanings. Drilling was creating small holes in a stock material, while boring was creating large holes. There are various means of doing it, depending on your trade. I'm just going to concentrate on the ones that are most pertinent to modern day woodworking, furniture work, stuff like that. So, the most common type is this. It's called the egg beater hand drill. And it works by putting a bit in this chuck here, and then simply cranking the handle. The handle turns the large wheel, which in turn turns these pinions, which turns the chuck, which creates the motion to drill the hole. This is a Stanley 803 drill, no longer in manufacture. Stanley does still make hand drills though for the overseas market, and you can pick one up here in America at Highland Woodworking. Um, I think the 803 is a much better product, um, so you'll have to see about those on the secondary market. But there actually is a surprising number of manufacturers that still make hand drills, and I find them be fairly fast and accurate and easy to use. Um, so I have no complaints with them over an electric drill. This here is a breast drill, so named because it has a plate here which you can put up against your chest and lean in to create more force. This is actually a carpenter's tool used for drilling, I guess technically boring holes for construction work. Never really that popular. I do see them on eBay occasionally, almost always from the earlier part of the last century. The modern ones are few and far between. Stanley doesn't manufacture them anymore, but Schroeder of Germany still makes them. Like I said, more of a carpenter's tool, but every woodworker is a part-time carpenter for his or her family, so it does come in handy for that. It has two settings, one for normal drilling, one for heavy. And to get from one to the other, you just push the lever, move the handle, unscrew this, move it to the other side, and the gears are enclosed to keep out dirt, so that's a nice feature. This is a brace. A brace is basically a bent piece of steel or metal. It has a chuck on one end and a head on the other. The steel rotates in the head, and this is used for boring. It takes hex shank bits. These are the bits it takes, called taper shank, sorry. And it just fits in, and you can drill holes. You can also get an expanse bit. An expanse bit is basically a auger bit with a movable cutter, so you can go from a small hole to a larger. They have different size cutters. I don't know if you can see it down here. I have another cutter in the package for even larger holes. I have a countersink bit for use in the brace for making countersinking screws. Also, I have a bit here that takes screw bits. You can pick whatever bit you need. This is a commercial set I bought at Lowe's. You just pick one out, pop it in, put it in the brace, and then you use it as a driver. They used to make actual screw bits to fit in them. You can still find them on eBay, but this here I just bought from Lee Valley, and like I said, the bit set I got from Lowe's. It's as easy as anything. This here is a gimlet. Gimlets are really just a single drill bit with a wire bent handle. These are good for if you have to take and drill a hole in an angle. It's actually, or in a tight space. These are actually easier than a hand drill. So that's pretty much what I use a gimlet for. They come in different sizes, but this is the size I use the most common. This for just starting nail holes or screw holes. Now this here, these are actually hand drill bits made specifically for hand drills. I actually bought 4 sets of them off eBay. They usually go between $20 and $40 because they're no longer manufactured anymore. I like them, but it was a decision made by tool manufacturers not to make them anymore. But a regular drill bit will also work in a hand drill. Now something that's kind of related is this. This is a Yankee screwdriver. And what you do is you take a screw bit, put in the chuck here, and then you just press down and it turns the screw. It's somewhat related because the same principle has been adapted for push drills. So instead of a screw bit, you have a drill bit that fits in. They're a lot smaller than this, of course, but I have one. I'm not a big fan of it because you're only cutting one way. When you leave up, you're not cutting. So you're only getting half the cutting power that you would with a hand drill or a brace. So that's right there. These are for drilling and boring, like the starting screw holes, starting nail holes, birdhouses, making the entrance hole for those. Also making a start cut for inside wood. You drill a hole through, then you take your coping saw or whatnot and use that to start a cut within a board. That's what, and of course, for bolts and things of that nature. Like I said, all these tools are still being manufactured, not by some. The hand drill and the brace are still made by Stanley. The brace you have to order in from overseas. It's only available in the overseas market. Schroeder from Germany makes the drills, and the Yankee Footprint makes hand drills and races. They're from England. Um, Basically, unfortunately, the hand tool market in America has gone boutique. So the only people who make you know hand tools here on for at least not common ones are usually pretty pricey. So so the mass manufacturers are going to be overseas ones. Um, I do find that to be a shame. I have found hand tools to be an excellent way of working wood, of building. Um, I think it says something about a place that no longer feels need to get dirty or to exert muscle power. But that's a political, social rant that is not fitting for this venue. Um, and something I might do later on, but you came here to learn about woodworking, not to hear me make statements about about the state of our society. So, anyway, that's it, and I will see you next time. Thank you.